that's how Dracula won Super Bowl MVP. Isn't that crazy?
Sure is, Mike Stand. And for KBGB's main story of tonight, we look into the world of music production. Most people assume that music is made overnight, but today we'll break down how artists these days are creating music step by step. First, there are 3 different types of recording studios. We have large, full-service commercial, smaller, independent and private, and lastly, educational.
Now we're transitioning to in-studio personnel. We've got our producer, our engineer, and our assistant engineer.
After the music is made, we have our post-recording personnel, which include the mix engineer, who is in charge of the final mix of the project and works with the producer, and we also have the mastering engineer, who prepares recordings for manufacturing, listens to the music on multiple formats, and just generally makes sure that everything is A-OK. Mike Stan interviewed our local producer, Halpia Jean, for a first-hand account of music production. Mike?
Hi, today we're at Dogwater Studios here with Halpia Jean. So, Halpia Jean, tell me, how do y'all make music today?
Yeah, so first things first, we got to create a concept, an idea, and we got to get this thing in line. And getting it in line means first we got to check the budget, make sure we have enough funds to get this thing off the ground. So let's take a look. Now that we know we got the bank, we got to find an artist. And around here, we only work with A-listers.
What? Before getting started with our session, our engineer needs to make sure that the room is all up to par acoustically.
Yeah, it's good to go. All right, so the room's ready to go. Now, this is where I make the big bucks. It's time to track. Let's go. So consider the dub over. It's time to mix down. And this is what separates the men from the boys, okay? Here we gotta mess around things with the EQ, make a bunch of decisions about how loud and, it's a lot of jargon, but don't worry about it. That's why I'm here. I fix that kind of thing, okay? Then we make copies, as many as we need, send it to the right people, but ultimately, our job here is done. It's time to send this thing over to the mastering studio. Yeah, this is gonna be #1 in America. Guaranteed, man.
Anyways, Mr. Halpia, how do you guys here at Dogwater Studios pay your clients?
Yeah, so, a lot of people like to split things up 50-50, make it easy, but let's be honest, I'm doing most of the work around here, so it's 80-20 splits around here for me.
Now that we're done recording our tracks and getting them mastered, Halpia Jean, what's our next step?
Huh? Oh, yeah, listen, what you gotta understand is this is a professional business, all right? There's a lot of important paperwork that has to get gone through. Okay, so, first things first, we gotta make sure the lyric sheets get all signed off, so we send those out. Tax stuff, W-4s, I-9s. Above my pay grade, but gotta do it. And now, those royalty splits, come on now. Gotta get those sent out. Sample clearances. Album cover clearances. It's all gotta go. After that, it's time to drop that thing.
So, Halpia Jean, your facilities here look great. Just curious, what are the amateurs using nowadays?
Well,